frolicking in Rowdy and frolicking Chicago. You'll see everything down on Wabash Avenue, right in the heart of the Loop. Hey, it's sawdust and tinsel with beer and champagne. The Barbary Coast is a petticoat lane when you're down on Wabash Avenue. You better go there in a group. For it's rough and it's tough and it's life and the raw. Your heart will give out with a whoop. Down on Wabash Avenue, right in the heart of the Loop.
Guys with society dolls, underworld monks with their overdressed malls.
It's rough and it's tough and it's life in the raw. Your heart will give out with a whoop, whoop. Down on Wabash Avenue, right in the heart of the Loop. We loop, we loop, we loop, right in the heart of the Loop. Wabash Avenue.
Say, is this place belong to Mike Stanley?
Yeah.
The same Mike Stanley's got curly hair and pretty dimples?
Oh, wise guy,
You're gonna throw me out? Throw me out in a hurry. I'm late for supper.
Yeah, mind?
Not at all. Say, give me to see your boss, Mike Stanley. Tell him that Andy Clark brought me.
I don't get it.
He will.
The Barbary Coast, it's a petticoat lane.
When you're down on Wabash Avenue, you better go there in a group.
You see fancy pants guys with society dolls, underworld mugs with their overdressed malls. It's rough and it's tough and it's life in the raw. Your heart will give out with a whoop, whoop.
Down on Wabash Avenue, right in the heart of the Loop.
Andy, one beer coming up.
How you been?
Fine.
Oh, no. No, I don't want any more trouble. I don't want to get rich. You're bad news.
How have you been, Eddie? Still howling before you heard, huh?
No, go away, old boy, and leave me to my peaceful pickpocketing.
Have a drink?
Oh, thanks awfully. Whiskey.
Right.
Well, it's nice to see you back, Andrew. Where have you been?
In the rhubarb.
Well, broke, eh? Well, I think I can fix you up as a piano player again. I know a bloke here.
Thanks a lot, Eddie, but this time we have big plans.
Oh, no.
I never get a chance at romance. The boys all want to date my sister Kate. Katie never read a book, and she never learned to cook, but she's always got a string of fish upon her hook. When she's around, the boys all pass me by. And then last night I learned the reason why. I went to a dance with my sister Kate. I'm telling you, she was really great. I didn't have to wait all night till I began to see the light. Kate did a dance that was something new. She shook her shoulders and then I knew why all the boys are going wild over Sister Katie's style. I wish that I could shimmy like my sister Kate. She shivers like the jelly on a plate. My mammy wanted to know last night why all the boys treat Sister Kate so right. Every boy in our neighborhood knows that she can shimmy and she shimmies good. I may be late, but I'll be right up to date when I can shimmy like my sister Kate. Ah, shimmy like my sister Kate. please just lower the river. I may be late, but I'll be right up to date when I can shimmy like my sister Kate. Oh, shake it, shimmy like my sister Kate. Sweet Barbara, shimmy like my sister Kate.
Bit of a dish, what?
She's horrible, repulsive, and she can't sing a note.
Packs a bit.
I could weep.
She's smiling.
She smiles at everybody. That's her business.
Oh, but this smile wasn't a business
Look,
smile.
I'm too old to buck up against a butcher like Mike Stanley. My bones are too brittle. Look, feel, just like chalk.
Have a drink, it'll encourage.
No, absolutely no. Whatever you're planning, count me out.
Dick, another round? You know where that can always
Help!
me when I need you.
Help! I've been poisoned by a poisonous viper. Look at me poor tongue. I'm dying here, and all I want is one little whiskey. Just a whiskey. Preferably Irish. Do you mean to say you're going to stand there and see a poor creature die for the want of one measly little drink? When all I wanted for is medicinal purposes only, well, maybe a beer will do it. One little beer. Oh, you're a crowd of murderers, that's all you are. To stand there and say a poor man died for the want of a drink. Is there a doctor in the house? I'm a doctor. Yeah, eh? Well, then why aren't you out to get... Andy, boy!
How you, Harrigan, old man?
You don't know how happy You don't know how happy I am to see you, boy. Bartender, a bottle of your best now, do you hear? Because we're going to drink on reunion.
Ah, look here, Harrigan. This occasion calls for much more than a drink. Let's go, boy. Come on!
That I will, that I will. The old routine you want, eh?
Right. You ready?
Ready.
Who's that creeping up those stairs? Is that you, Harrigan?
Yes, darling.
Don't you dare darling me, man. I'll shillelagh your brains out.
Oh, is this an explanation you wanted, eh? I was floating down the old Green River on the good ship, Rock and Rye. But I floated too far and got stuck on a bar. I was out there alone, only thinking of home. The ship got wrecked with the captain and crew. But there was only one thing I could do, so I had to drink the whole Green River dry to get back home to you. How do you feel now, Andy?
Great, like the bottom of a stove. Cut the apron there, Harrigan. Cut the apron. Now make it. That's a boy, Harrigan. That's a boy. That's it, Harrigan. Now go around the table. That's it. Kick it out, Harrigan. Kick it.
Come on now, everybody, sing. Come on now. I was floating down the old Green River on the good ship.
It's awfully nice of Dimples, isn't it, Eddie? Take care of my things.
Yes. But please, old boy, take it easy.
Hey, that's a good-looking suit you're wearing. Yes, sir, that's a beautiful hunk of material. Must have been tailor-made, huh?
Well, how are you, Mike? Hiya, Andy. Come in, sit down. Boy, you're just as pretty as ever. Am I? Yeah, just about. Well, if it isn't my little blue-eyed humorist. Meet Joe Barton, Charlie Stack. This is Andy Clark. Hiya, boys. Say, Dimples, tell me, why are you getting so nervous lately? Who's nervous? Well, Buster Brown there frisked me for a gun. You must feel guilty. Frisk you? I thought I told you he was a friend of mine. Now get out of here. Find anything, Sam?
Nothing, boss.
Satisfied? Or would you like to frisk me yourself?
My, Grandma, what big ears you got.
I got big eyes, too. Say, Mike, what's the Army for? A nice, clean-living guy like you must be expecting trouble.
Why, shame on you, Andrew. That's Joe and Charlie. They're my pals. We're just sitting here shooting a breeze.
Well, there's a lot of breeze outside. Why don't you boys try a little of it, huh?
What do you say, boss? You want your room
Now,
cleaned
beat
up?
it. Cute kids, huh?
Oh, the best.
Say, Andy, when'd you get back in town? The last I heard, you were playing piano with the Merrily sisters.
They fired me and got one you put nickels into instead.
Well, it's a mechanical age. You got any other prospects?
Just one.
Well, you'll get back on top. You always did.
Sure. Even if it means climbing over somebody to get there.
Well, let me know if I can be of any help with any of the local boys. You know, after all, we were partners a long time, kid.
Yeah, Michael, I got a long memory. I even remember the time we had a carnival. 2 months ago.
That all it's been.
Yeah, 2 months to the day. Room 212, Lee Hotel, Quincy.
What a dump. They never cleaned anything.
You're so right. You know, they even forgot to clean these up.
Huh?
Yeah, I found them under the cushions of your chair.
Look at there. How do you suppose they got
Well,
there?
since you ask, I imagine that you slipped them there in place of the 3 aces that suddenly showed up in your hand.
Ah, Andrew. You wouldn't accuse me of cheating a pal, would you?
Oh, perish the thought, Michael. Only out of my half of the carnival.
Well, we played a game of poker, winner take all, Andrew, and you lost.
Yeah, but I was at a slight disadvantage. You know, you forgot to tell me that the deck had 7 aces.
Yes, but when you find cards, you got to find them the same night. You can't find them the next morning. You see, that's the etiquette of the game.
Etiquette?
You're imagining it.
Well, you're so right. You know, right now I'm imagining how we can improve this joint.
I ain't interested.
Oh, look, Cordy, you just sit back in that chair and relax. From now on in, little Andy will take care of everything.
Look, a fella can get hurt trying to move in on my place.
Our place, our place. I'm your new partner. You know I still own half of the state.
You own nothing. Now take my advice and forget it.
Now, look, Mike, I couldn't possibly do a thing like that. Well, if I did that, I'd lose my self-respect. Can't you see if I...
Here's a song the drummer gave me. Sounds pretty good. Oh, I didn't know you had company.
That's all right, honey. He's leaving now. Goodbye.
My name's Andy Clark.
How do you do?
Goodbye.
What's yours?
She ain't got none. That's the door over there, the one with the knob on it, huh?
Oh, I know your name. Ruby Summers. Sure, I saw you outside on a poster.
Thank you.
Say, that poster is really a piece of trash, Mike.
I designed that poster.
That explains it.
What's wrong with it, Mr. Clark?
Well, it's a question of taste. If you don't see it, why, you couldn't possibly understand it.
What's that?
Well, you see, taste is something either you have or you don't have. You never quite learn it.
Very interesting. Why, you overgrown dime-a-dozen wiseacre pig puss? Who makes your clothes? You did grow them yourself.
Look, I was only trying to help you, lady. I wouldn't criticize you, but you see, I have a half interest in you.
You got a what in who?
Yeah, I'm Mike's new partner.
I quit.
No, you don't. He hasn't got nothing to
I
do with
wouldn't
this
work for
place.
this muzzler even if he was human.
Look, Mike doesn't know anything about talent, particularly talent like yours. Now, look, just take one look at this cheesy dress. Look at that hoochie coochie.
Put that back!
Are you going to slug him, or would you rather sit down and watch?
Oh, you shouldn't talk to her that way, Andy. Miss Summers picked that costume out personally.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will you please accept my apology? Good night, Mike. Good night, Miss Summers. Oh, Miss Summers, when you pick your wardrobe, I suggest that you let me select it because I don't think you're properly qualified.
How did he get in here? Through what rat hole? And what was that yammer about him having a half interest in me?
Oh, he's shooting off his mouth through his hat.
Oh, the crust of him. You gave up smoking, remember?
I don't know what I'm doing. The guy's making a wreck out of me.
Oh, stop knocking yourself out, Mike.
Yeah. Why should we let him bother us? After all, honey, you got me, big, rich, and beautiful, and I'm all yours for the asking.
Shall we have supper, Uncle Mike?
There you go again, Uncle Mike, Uncle Mike. What's the Uncle Mike business? Every time I make a pitch, I wind up being a relative. What do you want?
Here's your front, boss, right away.
All right, coming. Oh, honey, after your next number, I'll take you to Sherman House for supper.
All right, Uncle Mike.
Yeah, Uncle Mike.
Class is a funny thing. You take a thoroughbred filly, hitch it up to a milk wagon, what do you got? Just a plug.
Get out of here, you tin-horn chiseler! Oh!
Seeing you, Mike.
Haven't you gone yet?
No, I like it here.
It ain't vice versa. Kind of losing your touch with the dames, ain't you, Romeo?
What do you mean?
Well, you didn't exactly strike up a lifelong friendship with Ruby.
Oh, is that so?
You got nowhere.
Well, in that case, I guess you'd better give her back the slipper. See you later, Mike.
Well, what do we do now, old man? Run?
Nah, Mike and I are like brothers.
Oh, really? Well, if you remember the last time you were like brothers, I got hit on the head with a flying bottle.
Everything's going to be okay from now on in. Here, how much can you get for this?
Oh, I don't know. What's it worth?
800.
800, eh? Well, let's have a look at it. Well, if I'm lucky, you'll get 3.
We'll see that you're lucky, huh?
Well, what's the 300 for, anyway?
Eddie, we're going to water it and watch it grow. Now, let's get going. Come on.
I'm looking for my honey man. He sure has got my heart in hand. I'm only waiting now for him to name the day. When he says to me, come on, what will I say? I'll say, come round here, hold me tight. I'll never let him leave my sight. And if I thought he'd go, if I thought he'd even try to go, then I would sigh, oh, I'd cry, oh, I'd lay me down and die. Yes, die, if I should lose my honey man. My little lovin' honey man, he's got my heart right in his hand. I'm waiting, name the day. When he says, come on, here's what I'll say. Come on around here, honey, hold me tight. I'll never let him out of sight. But if I thought he'd go, if I thought he'd even try to go, then I would sigh, I'd cry, I'd lay me down and die. Yes, die dead if I should lose my honey man. Now, fellas.
Mike, what is it? That friend of yours ain't no friend of yours. What's he doing? Beating the brains out of the poker game. How much? Around 1,800. Then why don't you put some of the housemen in the game? He's playing with nothing but housemen. Oh, come on.
Well, I guess I plucked you out of that one that time, boys. You know, my dad always used to say, you can lock your door from a thief, but you can't lock it from a liar.
Say, good looking. You're doing pretty good there, ain't you?
It's a living. Say, would you mind not standing behind me, Curly?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Superstitious?
No, just careful.
You mind if I sit in?
800's no good.
Well, here, Mike, why don't you play my hand? I gotta call my wife anyway.
Thanks, Jim. Any objections?
As long as you keep your hands above the table.
Oh, Mike, I thought we were going to the Sherman house.
He's lost his appetite.
Looking at you would do it.
This will only take a few minutes, Ruby.
Go ahead, Mike. I'll wait.
Come on, what's the delay? Spin him. Just a minute. If you don't mind, not there.
What's eating you?
I just don't like people to stand behind me.
Who cares?
Well, in that case...
All right, hold it. Ruby, come over and stand back with me, honey.
So I'm a crook, am I?
I don't know.
I've got half a mind to take a baseball bat and re-educate you.
Well, while you're thinking it over, would you mind standing somewhere else?
The farther the better, you slow-eyed slob. I hope you lose your pants.
Really?
Come on, let's play cards.
Say, Curly, when the World Fair opens and takes away all your business, what are you going to do?
Oh, turn it off, you grifter.
Thank you.
Pass. Open for 20.
20, 20 more.
20 more, huh? Cost me 40, huh? Up 100.
I pass. Pass.
$40 and up 200.
Out. I'm out. Out.
There's your 200, handsome. Let's go up 500.
Keep your little hands above the table, Curly.
I was just reaching for a cigarette.
I thought you gave up smoking.
All right, so I stopped. I forgot.
Well, don't. It's bad for your health. Smoking.
Then you should keep it up.
Thanks.
Give me 2 cards.
2. There you are, Michael.
Oh, thank you. Just you and me, huh, Andrew?
Yeah, just me and you.
I'm gonna bet you 300, blind.
Just like old times, huh, Michael?
Yeah, same as always, Andrew. You're gonna lose.
Hurry up, Hiram. I'd like to go to supper.
I could buy you a lot of suppers with that pot.
You couldn't buy me a back scratcher if I had the 7-year itch.
Well, if you change your mind, I'll have one for you. Well, Mike? I'll bet it all.
Playing kind of high, aren't you, handsome? Going like a bear tonight. Call it.
Ace is up.
I went in with 3 jacks.
Oh, no, you didn't. You bought 3 cards.
I bought 2 cards.
You asked for 3 cards, Curly Top, and I gave you 3 cards.
He asked for 2.
That's right.
He
He
asked
asked
for
for
2
2
cards.
cards. He sure did.
Now, look, boys, take it easy, will you? When a man has 6 cards in his hand, the hand's dead.
I'm sure Mike asked for 2.
Well, it doesn't matter, old girl. If he's got 6 cards, he's batting on a sticky wicket.
Wait. Now relax, everybody. The man ought to know how many cards he dealt. You're right, Andy. I asked for 3 cards, and you gave me 3 cards. Here they are. All 5 of them.
Then Mike wins. Well, Magnolia Mac, seems like you lost the works.
Don't count on it.
I always told you poker wasn't your game, Andrew.
Maybe he's lucky in love, huh?
I won't. Always got a lot of danger on him if you call that love.
Well, Mike, we'll try it again sometime with a warmer deck, huh? Okay.
Wait a minute. Never like to see a guy go away hungry. Or breakfast, Maya.
Thanks. I'll do the same for you sometime.
Now, there's a lively sense of gratitude for you.
You know, Miss Summers, you're an awfully nice girl, but there's a couple of things you don't know, including how to dress.
Well, at least no one got their head bashed on the bar. There was a moment there. Huh?
I want to hear this.
In the city of Chicago today, there is one church for every 2,000 inhabitants. But there is one saloon for every 200. There are over 100 gambling resorts, 400 opium dens, and 7,000 saloons. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going right out and count them.
You know, Eddie, these good people should be encouraged.
Sure. Encouraged? What are you talking about? Are you potty?
Come on, let's go.
What?
Look, we've got a lot of work to do.
Work?
First, we need 2 girls.
Girls? Oh, well,
Now,
I
look,
got the
look,
very
look, not
thing
that
I...
kind of girl, and not that kind of work.
Oh,
Now, can you get a couple of girls for tomorrow night at 8:30?
definitely.
Good,
couple.
good.
But I don't understand. What
Don't
are you
worry.
doing?
Come on, get your bag and I'll explain it to you. Now, look, well, this is one.
You'll never know if an apple is sweet unless you bite it. Oh! May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple? Hey there, big boy, how about a bite? May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple? Let me be your person for tonight. I'll be true, I'll never be misleading. We can be like Adam and Eve, walking in the Garden of Eden. May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple? 'Cause you're the apple of my eye. My, my, you're the apple of my eye.
May I tempt you with a big red rosy apple? Hey there, big boy, how's about a bite? May I tempt you with a big red rosy apple? Let me be your pippin for tonight. I'll be true, I'll never be misleading. We can be like Adam and Eve, walking in the Garden of Eden. May I tempt you with a big red rosy apple? 'Cause you're the apple of my eye, oh my. You're the apple of my eye.
May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple?
Hey there, big boy, how's about a bite?
May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple?
Let me be your pippin for tonight. I'll be true, I'll never be misleading. We can be like Adam and Eve, walking in the Garden of Eden.
May I tempt you with the big red rosy apple?
'Cause you're the apple of my eye.
My, my,
You're the apple of my eye.
It was a pretty dirty trick, but it was
A
funny.
jolly bundle of good luck you are.
You're so right, Eddie. It could have been a watermelon. Now, look.
Yeah.
Just must the hand up. Pull the hand
What are you
down.
doing? Oh,
I must look in the mirror.
Come on, Eddie, let's go.
I can't go out like this.
Count 20.
20.
Right.
Right. I tell you, it's a foul stain on the fair face of our metropolis. And we, the members of the CCCC, intend to do something about it. You realize in the city of Chicago today there is one church for every 2,000 inhabitants. But there is one saloon. You crook! You thief! You robbers!
What happened, lady?
They threw me out, the dirty dog! A decent woman wouldn't have been in there in the first place. What else could I do? My husband's in there losing his hard-earned pay at the crooked gambling table.
Gee, that's terrible, lady.
I don't care about myself. It's my 2 little babies at home, starving to death, hoping and praying their daddy will bring home some bread.
Yeah, did you hear that, folks? They're holding her poor defenseless husband at the gambling table.
It's a crime. A life being ruined right under our very noses.
Beastly shame. That's
Right.
what it is.
Well, what are we going to do about it, folks?
Sure, we can't get away.
Let's go in and clean out the joint. If the cops won't do it, let us do it.
Well, I'm not exactly in favor of violence.
Please, control yourself.
I won't do it! I won't! You can't beat me! You can't!
What's the matter, miss?
I'm one of the chorus girls in there. Oh, I know it sounds horrible, but I'm only doing it to send my little brother through college.
Did you hear that, folks? Yeah.
I'm really a nice girl.
Of course you are.
I want to be a nice girl. Why won't they let me? Oh, why won't they let me? Why won't they let me?
Yes, why won't they let her be a nice girl? This is an outrage. I said it's wrecked the joint.
Yeah. Citizens, are you with me?
Yeah!
Let's go. Follow me.
Chicago!
Right in the heart of down on Wabash Avenue, right in the heart of the loop, 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 right in the heart of the loop.
Hey, boss, hurry up. Let's smash it up a joint. I don't know.
What happened? Aaron, the whole place down. What's the matter? Wait!
don't pretend you know where you were, man. Where did we keep you? Hello, everybody. Where's him? Oh, what a lovely evening. I never in my life seen this. Mickey, where's me drink? Where's me glass? Hello, Mike.
Oh, no, you're not. Don't break that
What
bar.
you trying to with?
Don't break that bar. I love that bar.
Jokes up.
Lady, please don't. That's here.
Will you go away, Harrigan?
You're gas. Get some sleep.
I never slept a day in my life. Look at here and tell your jokes.
Trying to break my beer. Oh. Having fun, lady?
Love it. Just simply love it.
Lady, you realize what you've done? Don't you know that you broke my favorite mirror?
Throw
That
your
mirror
jokes
cost me
up.
$300.
I'll hit your
But I don't care. You had no right to break my mirror.
Come
That
on, I'll
doesn't
give you
belong
enough
to you.
of it.
Harrigan, will you get out of here?
Why, you brute! Hitting a poor old man!
Lady, what's that? That's all. Right out there. Wonderful, isn't it? You think he's hurt?
Nah, just a little too much bourbon.
Hi, Eddie.
Oh, hello, Mr. Healy. This is my friend, Andy Clark.
Hello, Andy.
Hiya.
Looks like Harrigan is on a real bender this time.
Yeah, that and a little hit on his noggin.
With Andy, where are you? Let's go me and that murders all right?
Is he hurt? All right, let's bring him inside, poor old fella.
Hey, Eddie, look over there. They're tearing the place apart.
Set him down over here.
Oh, take it easy. Mr. President? Napoleon? Well, he never looked more at home in his life. We'll rent him cheap to you, Mr. Healy.
There you are, Harrigan.
He'll be all right.
Harrigan. Hey, get me a wash rag.
Over there in the corner.
Oh, right.
Oh, brother, is he loaded?
Here's Beethoven, boss. Where do you want him?
Yeah, put him down anywhere. I'm busy now. I want to set him up first thing in the morning.
Eddie, did you see the expression on Mike's face when that chair went through the mirror?
Well, he looks better already. Any temperature? Ah!
He's ice cold. He's dead.
Over there, you pinhead.
What? Oh, nearly had heart failure.
They do look alike, don't they?
Yeah. Holy Toledo, they sure do. Eddie.
Yeah. What?
Mr. Healy, I'm thinking. And if what I'm thinking is, look, are you interested in the proposition?
I'm all ears.
Good. Take it easy with him, Eddie. It's slippery here. That's it. Right up here. Now, just a little further. Now, in here.
Put him in here, lads.
Right. Thank you, Captain. Come on, there you go.
Are you sure there's nothing seriously wrong with him?
Of course not. I checked with the doctor. He said everything's perfectly all
He's
right.
just sleeping off a little hangover.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this trip will do him a lot of good. Now, here's your money. Drop him off at your buggy, and when he comes to, give him $20. That'll keep him happy.
Yeah, and keep him
And
drunk,
if he
too.
needs any more money, tell him to write to me. All right, give me the pins. That's the time, Eddie. Now, make that fast to the sheet, will you?
What are you doing now?
Oh, it's just an old Irish game. Just a harmless little thing, Captain. Don't worry. All right,
I think the old boy's coming, too.
There, very good. Let me have your glasses. You pretend that you're the doctor.
Oh, but I can't see. I'm blind.
Oh, doctor, a glass of water, please, doctor.
I can't
Yeah,
find
thank
it.
you, nurse. Thank you very much, doctor. There you are, doctor. Excuse me, nurse. How's his temperature? There you are.
Run for your lives, men. The dam's broke loose.
I just lies to you. Now, look, Harrigan, you're in a pretty bad way.
That you, Andy?
Yeah, this is your old pal, Andy.
Andy, I can't say so good.
Now, look, you'll be okay in a couple of weeks. You'll be as fit as a fiddle. Just a little rest.
Couple of weeks, I'll let go of me. What?
Nobody's holding you.
I can't.
Move your arms, Harrigan.
I
Move your legs, Harrigan.
You know, this could be quite serious.
Yeah, and just like the doctor said.
A clear case of no mover arm or lego.
No, I'm not like that. Is that serious?
Take his temperature, nurse.
Who's she? What's the whole building's rocking?
I don't feel anything.
Where's the whistle?
Whistle?
There's no whistle.
You
Harrigan.
better go.
We better go now.
Andy, There's a whistle.
No, you just rest.
Where's my glasses? I want my glasses.
The room is rocking. Of course, Andy, it's getting dark. I'll never drink another drop.
Eddie, for Pete's sake, what's going on?
Terrible, isn't it? It's such a useless tragedy.
Tragedy? What do you mean, tragedy?
Cut off in the flower of his youth, plucked from us in the pink of his prime.
You mean somebody's kicked the bucket?
You mean you hadn't heard?
Oh, I haven't heard. What do you think I'm asking questions for?
Poor Harrigan.
Harrigan?
Harrigan.
Gee, that's a shame.
Yeah.
We're holding the wake at Mrs. Barkow's rooming house around the corner. In about half an hour.
Give me two.
Here they come. Quick.
Duck the snuff. Yeah, easy. Come here. Put everything, that's it. Close up in the drawer. Sure.
Somebody's cooked here.
Get your right. And the cards, duck the cards. Duck the cards.
Oh, yeah, I'll get the cards.
And put the schnapps behind the chair.
All set?
Wait till I get my... Let's go. All right.
Poor old man. Everyone says he was so nice. Isn't it always the way?
He was a great fella. When they made him, they threw the mold away.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't someone else. No offense, Mike.
Can't you even leave him alone in his grief?
I'm sorry.
Was it his heart?
He hit his head. It hit something hard.
His head? Looks all right to me. Except for being dead, I mean.
Concussion, they called it.
Who called it?
The coroner.
Why don't you stop butting in? I'm not talking to you.
Oh, look,
Haven't
Mike.
you any respect for the dead? Do your squabbling somewhere else.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'd like to see you in the kitchen.
I got that to talk to you about.
I got something to talk to you about.
What do you mean by that crack in there?
That reformer group really wrecked your place, didn't they?
Yeah. I gotta get back over there, too. It's gonna take a lot of fixing.
Look, Mike. Why fix up that place? Why don't we go to the World's Fair? Open up a place on the Midway. A really high-class joint. We could star Ruby in the show, and with me coaching, we could have one of the greatest...
Wait a minute. What's that we business?
Well, we're partners, aren't we?
Is that all you brought me in here to talk about?
That and the coroner's inquest.
The what?
Didn't you get a subpoena?
Not yet. That is... No, why should I get a subpoena?
Oh, I see. I suppose I got one because I was with him when he died. Yeah, that must be it. Say, Mike, do you know what the cops think?
Oh, what do they think?
They think that Harrigan hit his head on the curb.
Well, didn't he?
Mike, this is Andy, your old friend. You remember me? I was there when it happened.
You know I only pushed him in self-defense.
Well, it won't be first-degree murder. Manslaughter will be the worst you get out.
But why should the case come up? You said yourself the cops think he hit his head on the curb.
The cops will still be thinking that if.
If what?
If we're partners, partner. I'll tell you what you do. You go back over at the place, go down the vault, get out that loot. And these are bad for you. Another nail in your coffin.
Baby, won't you say you love me? Till you do, I can't feel right. For baby, if you tell me that you love me, I promise not to ask again. That is until tomorrow night. Baby, I need you beside me. Part of everything I do.
fish face. That's right, I'm talking to you. Whatever the joke is, I don't like it. You can go now.
Oh, Miss Summers, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staging this number. Now, look, girls, I want you to stand up there over
Get
that
out
side.
of here, you four-flushing piano
Oh,
acrobat.
that
before
reminds me, Miss Summers.
Listen,
Now, if you would slow it down just a little bit more like a, very nice, like a ballad. You see, this isn't a comedy number.
Oh, you mean like this, Mr. Clark? Baby, won't you say you... That's what happens when you give me orders, Popeyes. I don't take them from chiseling card mechanics and horse blanket suits who think they're great hotshots without having 2 bits worth of brains. With nothing, in fact, but a ballooned-up gull, the nerve of a pickpocket, plus the manners of a mutt, the smell of a skunk, and the heart of a louse, you big baboon!
Not bad. I sound like a zoo.
Mike! Mike! Where's Mike? In his office, Ruby.
Take 10 minutes, Miss Summers. All right, girls. Now, look, I want to get this entrance straightened out a little bit. Now, will you please move down here?
Mike, that window dummy pal of yours is out there busting up the rehearsal. Did you hear me? Where's the bouncer? Throw him out of here before I do. Mike, if he's not out of here in 5 minutes, I will be.
Go ahead, leave me. Don't stick it out with me. I'm not worth it.
What kind of an act is this?
No kidding, Ruby. I'm a great disappointment. To myself, I mean. And that's hard to take. You see, I used to, look up to myself. I felt I was a man to be proud of.
Mike, you're talking like a man who's lost his marbles.
I have. It's Harrigan.
What do you mean?
I killed him.
Killed him? I don't believe it. Who said so?
I said so. I ought to know if I bumped someone off or not.
But Mike, how? How could you? That sweet old man.
It was an accident. I pushed him during the raid in the old joint. He fell, hit his head on the footrail, and it killed him. I didn't mean to hurt him. Andy saw it and said he'd tell the cops if I didn't make him a partner.
But you said it was an accident.
Who's gonna believe it with Andy Clark, chief witness for the prosecution? I tell you, Ruby, this guy's got me over a barrel.
I knew that guy was a blue-bellied snake the minute I laid eyes on him.
But he's a great showman. He's great on numbers. Ruby, do me a favor. Give him a try. Work with him. Let him rehearse you, honey, for my sake.
All right, Uncle Mike, all right. But I'm not going to let him push me around.
He'll never push you around. I'll see to that because I'm not gonna...
That's my song. What's going on now?
Who knows? With that maniac around, anything can happen.
If you tell me that you love me.
What is all this? Beat it. This just so happens to be my song.
I happen to like the way she sings it. It brings out the beast in me.
Listen to me, you revolting donkey.
Look, sister, the professor and me is rehearsing. Now, why don't you blow on out of here before I lose my temper?
Lose your... Why, who do you think you're talking
I know
to?
who I'm talking to. Now, beat it on out of here. I'll plant a foot in your breadbasket.
Once, loudmouth, just once, and any time you
All
want
right,
to
you
ask
ask for it.
Ladies, ladies, if you'll pardon the expression, please.
Let go of that.
You got it? As soon as she's on the stage.
Yes, sir, I got it. But she ain't gonna like me very much.
John, do you want to be popular or paid?
I'm your man, boss.
Good.
I'm your man.
The place is a gold mine. Why not sell out to Mike now before we run into any trouble?
What kind of trouble?
The old kind, the oldest kind there is.
Oh, I can handle it.
What's the plan?
I've got one.
Is Ruby involved?
Now, look, Edward, old man, let's not get too nosy. Come on.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Elsa.
Good evening, Mr.
What do you want?
Well, my plan was to wish you good luck, but since you're so unpleasant, I don't think I will.
I'll get along without your good wishes.
Holy Moses, where's your horse?
I'm looking at part of it.
Why haven't I seen this thing before?
Elsa, will you show the gentleman, if you'll pardon the expression, out?
Look, Ruby, seriously, we've got to do something about this dress.
This is the most expensive dress in Marshall Field, so go bag your ears.
Ruby, it's awful.
Are you leaving?
Not until we've done something about this dress. Now,
Get
first,
the bouncer and hurry.
First, we're going to take this rooster out of here.
Stop that! What are you doing? Put that back! You big ape, you've ruined it! Oh, it's down in the mouth! What did you do?
Nothing at all. Everything's all right. Nothing.
Oh, my
You see?
beautiful!
Now, does it look better?
Excuse me, is this...
Oh.
Let go of that! Let go of that, you pig!
I'm
You
only
brainless
trying to
nothing.
help you. Look,
Let
will
go
you
of it!
please?
Oh, now let go!
Look,
Come
Ruby,
here.
this is a high-class restaurant. I mean, after all this...
No!
You
I'll
think it's too
kill you! What did you have to do that for?
You did it as much as I did. What's your idea? You enjoy doing that, don't you?
I'm going to get myself a gun. And if you ever touch me again, I'll blow your head off. And if I hang for it, I'll hang happy.
I wonder if you'll have guts enough to admit it when you find out you're wrong.
Oh, my. What happened?
What's the matter? What's the matter?
My dress, it's ruined.
Well, there's no use calling me. I can't sew.
Look, the gate's a little big. I'll take over. Rudy, you take the tempo for me.
Right, Mr. Clark. Ready, Miss Summers, hurry.
Baby, won't you say you love me? Till you do, I can't feel right. For baby, if you tell me that you love me, I promise not to ask again. That is until tomorrow night. Baby, I need you beside me, part of everything I do. To cry as much, to laugh as much, and love me even half as much as I love you. Wonder if you care, wonder if you miss me. How am I to know unless you tell me? Baby, won't you say you love me? Till you do, I can't feel right. For baby, if you tell me that you love me, I promise not to ask again. That is until tomorrow night. Baby, I need you beside me, part of everything I'll ever do. To cry as much, laugh as much, love me even half as much as I love you.
Life, he loves it. Listen. Oh, Miss Ruby, Mr. Clark.
Yes?
Mr. Clark, about that number. I mean, after all I said, well, I just wanted to thank you.
Glad you feel that way. Excuse me, I'm busy.
What's eating him?
Don't let him throw you, honey. Aren't you a little ray of merry sunshine? What's the matter with you?
Not a thing.
Do you have to go around snapping at people like a mad dog?
Must be the company I'm keeping.
Listen, chump, you and I have been twisting each other's arm for a long time. That suits me fine. But you ain't gonna pull that stuff on Ruby.
No, partner?
No. I don't want nobody around that ain't gonna be nice to her. Partner.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna marry her.
And divorce your mirror?
This is on the level, wise guy. Lamp that with them baby blue eyes. Cost me 1,800 smackers, and if that ain't love, you can lock me up and call me half-wit.
Has she accepted you?
Accepted me? Oh, you better get some sleep, kid. Every girl has been trying to get me to accept them since I was a little kid in knee pants. And what knees they were. I'm a catch, Andrew. Really, a big catch.
Yeah, I was only kidding. Of course, you've been a killer with the girls ever since you're knee-high to a duck.
Now you're talking. You want to see the scars?
No, seriously. I really think Ruby's a lucky girl.
Yeah. Ain't you getting revoltingly friendly all of a sudden?
Now, look, Curly, marriage is a serious affair. Now, I'll admit we've cut up quite a few rough touches together. But haven't I always been your best friend?
Yeah?
Sure, but when it comes to marriage between you and Ruby, all the bets are off. Well, I even have a present for you.
A fifth of arsenic?
I'm clearing out.
You're going... Do you feel all right?
Seriously, Curly. I'm going to be out of this burg by tomorrow morning. And on top of that, you can have my half of the saloon. Free.
What's the angle?
Angle? No angle at all. Look, supposing Ruby and I were getting married. You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you? Now, wouldn't you?
I guess so.
Well, wouldn't you?
Sure I would, Andy, and you're a sweet guy to think of it. Not many clip artists got that much sentiment.
Thanks a lot, pal. You know, and I hope you'll be very, very happy.
I'll be happy when you get out of town.
Oh, look, Mike, you've got your joint. You've got Ruby. Can't you be big about anything?
You're breaking my heart.
You know, Michael, the trouble with you is you've been a phony for so long, you don't know a real friend when you see one.
If you don't stop being my best friend, Andy, I'm liable to throw up.
All right, if that's the way you feel.
But you're gonna scram out of here tomorrow.
Yeah, right after I congratulate Ruby.
No, Nix, you can't do that, Andy. I haven't finished making the pitch. I'm gonna give her the ring tonight.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll take you two kids to dinner.
Oh, no.
Now, look, you have everything. You can at least let me invite you to dinner.
Oh. Yeah. All right, well, who's gonna pay for it?
Now, Michael Stanley, how can you say a thing like that? It's good.
Oh, monsieur, je regrette, mais il y en a plus.
Another bottle of Clico, huh?
Oui, monsieur.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Andy. This is a big celebration. Let's have some more champagne.
My Clico is champagne.
Clico, I didn't.
What's all of a sudden good cheer between you two?
Oh, Mike and I have a couple of good reasons to be happy, that's all.
Yeah, when does the blood start running in the streets?
No, seriously. For one, Oscar Hammerstein was there tonight in the audience.
What?
Yeah.
That's right, honey. There he sat trying to act like an incognito.
That's nothing at all. Listen, wait till you hear this. Curly has something
Now, wait
to
a
say.
minute, Andy. Nix, this is no time for that.
Oh, look,
I don't want to hear nothing
You
about
wouldn't
it.
want to take any chances of me being around. Excuse me. Look, at Paris, that'd be the most wonderful place in the world. Now, come on, let's take one ride before dinner, huh?
Hey, that's a good idea, Ruby. Let's ride that big one round and round.
No, the little one is cozier.
Come on, let's go. Come on, honey. Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Hey, I got him, Andy. How many? No, let me have them. This is my night. Let me, gentlemen. All right, now look, Andy, catch the next one.
I got him.
All right, come on, honey. Here you are, for the ride of your life.
Thrill of a lifetime.
Hey, honey, look how high it is. It's wonderful. Up back here. Let's go, huh? Here we go.
That was a mean thing to do.
I had to talk to you alone. This is the only chance I have.
Next. Right of the center.
Get your thrill in one turn of the wheel. Here we go. Upsy-daisy. Round and round it goes.
It's romantic, isn't it? Just the two of us way up here, high above the city. Kind of makes you feel close. Oh, honey, I got a little present for you. I guess on a Ferris wheel, it's just as good a place as any to give it to you. Oh, here it is. Honey, I want you to wear this.
It's too small.
Hey, Ruby. Ruby!
Hold still, bud. You're rocking it.
Hey, Ruby!
Sorry, Mike. Next ride.
What are you sitting with him for?
Hold still, bud. You're rocking it.
I can't help it, sailor. I got a girl up there.
I don't care if it's the Queen of Europe. Quit rocking. Makes me seasick.
What's the matter, honey? You're supposed to be here with me.
I'm sorry, Mike. It was a mistake. He's furious.
Well, I don't blame him.
Look, he's putting his arm around her.
I told you to quit rocking it. Makes me seasick.
He touches her out.
I'm worried about Mike. Do you think he's all right?
Of course, he's got the United States Navy to protect him. Look, what are you moving around about? Why don't you hold still?
I'm so excited, I can't help it.
Is it me or the Ferris wheel?
It's Mr. Hammerstein. Andy, do you think he really liked me?
Sure, he liked you, Ruby. You've got everything in the world it takes to be a big star. And even Hammerstein knows it now.
Oh, thanks, Andy. Do you think if he did sign me up, do you think he'd object if you helped me with my numbers?
Not if you insist.
All right. I'll insist.
Look, he did it. He put his arm around me.
Will you stop rocking it? I don't feel so good. And no smoking. I told you I don't feel so good.
Ruby.
Yes? Yes, Andy.
Wanted to say something, but I don't know how to say it.
You at a loss for words?
This time I am. I don't know. I've made so many phony pitches in my life that now that I have something honest to say, I don't know how to say it.
I'm sorry I slugged you, Andy. But you shouldn't have kissed me.
Well, that's the one thing I should have done.
Andy.
I mean it, Ruby. On the level.
Honest, Andy?
Honest.
Hey, stop that! Andy, leave her alone!
Tell me some more.
What do you want me to tell you?
Anything.
How fair art thou, my bonny lass. So deep in love am I.
Go on.
Oh, I can't say any more of that silly stuff.
Well, I didn't know you could speak poetry. Where'd you learn it?
On my laundry calendar.
It's beautiful. It's called A Red, Red Rose by Robert Burns.
Ruby.
I have the same laundry.
Ruby, I've been thinking. Since we have the same laundry, wouldn't it save the man a trip if...
If we shared the same laundry bag?
Hey, stop that! Leave her alone, Andy! Ruby!
Okay, if it's rocking you want, I'll
What's
show
the
you
matter
some
with
real
you? Are you a
rocking.
fool?
I'll give you plenty of
Don't
rocking.
do that,
I'll give you
Sailor! Are
enough
you
rocking
crazy?
to-
Sailor, don't you turn it on!
Man overboard!
Help!
Man overboard!
Help! Joe, stop it, quick! Commander's falling! Help! Let it down. A little lower. Slower. Help! Help! Get me off of here! Help! Help! Turn it off! Turn it off! Help! Turn it off! Turn it off! Help! 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 Let go! Let go!
I'm Joe.
I'm Jack.
I'm Mo.
I'm Matt.
I'm Lou.
How'd you do? You really needn't tell me who is who. You can bet your boots that I remember you. I remember you. Wasn't you the fella with the open umbrella that I met one rainy day upon the avenue? I remember you.
Oh, you do?
Yes, indeed I do.
How'd you do?
Gee, I'm awful glad I met you. Bet your life I won't forget you. I'll remember you.
Pretty lady, won't you kindly tell us who, yes, who will be the lucky one to take you walking down the avenue?
This is all so unexpected, though my beau has been selected. I'll remember you.
Please do.
You're Joe, you're Jack, you're Mo, you're Mac.
I'm Lou.
I knew. But as for walking down the avenue, it's Toodaloo and 23 Skidoo. For when I walk, I always walk with Billy, 'cause Billy knows just how to walk. And when I talk, I always talk with Billy, 'cause Billy knows just how to talk. And when I dine, I always dine with Billy. He takes me where I get my fill. And when I sleep, I always dream of Bill. Joe? No. Jack. Go back. Mo. Too slow. Max. Relax. Lou. Won't do. Wow. That almost seems like Bill.
When I walk, I like to take a little walk with Billy.
For Billy knows the best destination.
And when I talk, I like to have a little chat with Billy.
For Billy knows how to hold a girl and hold a conversation.
When we dance, we go completely willy-nilly.
For Billy has a style that's all his own. And when I... And when I... James.
Here, darling. Hammerstein's out front tonight. Maybe you'll want to see me.
You'll have to wait.
But, Andy...
Look, you and I have a wedding to attend to first.
But it's Mr. Hammerstein, darling. You know how important he is to me.
Yes, but you don't know how important you are to me. Now, go ahead, change your things. We'll say goodbye to Mike.
Did you tell him?
Uh-huh.
How did he take it?
Straight out of the bottle. Now, go ahead, change. Andy. Andy. What's the matter?
Disaster.
What happened? Shh. What happened?
And devil a word a man can say against me. It's T-N-U-C. Choose a name that a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. That's slow it down for the old man,
Bottle of whiskey. Keep the change. Eddie, Jim.
Look at me. No, you're... Andy! Where's Eddie?
Right behind you.
Where's Eddie?
But we want you to come with us.
No, you're not going to drag me. Where? Andy. Sailing, sailing over the boundary maid. Now you told me what you know. If I don't get a drink, I won't go to.
There you are. Look at it. We got to get rid of it because if Mike finds out, we're cooked.
That's right. Where we
I got an idea over here.
Sure. I've always been your best friend, he says. Sure. And I'm clearing out, he says. Yeah, he's clearing out with my watch and my best girl.
Mike,
and
take it easy.
I love you, pretty
That
thing.
stuff's got you talking to yourself.
Ruby, he's gonna clear out. He told me, says I'm gonna clear
Just
out.
for tonight, Uncle Mike. Just to get married. We'll be back tomorrow. Aren't you going to wish me happiness?
Oh, baby. You know I want you to be happy, Ruby. I want more than anything in the world for you to be happy. But you know something, honey. You believe me when I tell you you're not gonna be happy with tall, dark, and obnoxious.
I think I will be. And take care of yourself, Uncle Mike.
Ah, Ruby, don't worry about
got to
Uncle
run now.
Mike. You've got your hands full, baby. I wish you goodbye, Ruby. Uncle Mike, you don't have to worry about Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike is gonna be all right, 'cause I got my best friend. That's my buddy, Uncle. Oh. Looks like I'm gonna have to get another one. I wouldn't be in their shoes with that guy for $9,000. He'd take it. Right in the heart of the loop. 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 Down on Wabash.
Michael Stanley. Michael Stanley. I don't like you.
Oh, wherever you are. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. I'm a nice fella. I wouldn't do any. Ah!
You're not a nice fella. You're not worth the timber of goat sweat. And I don't forget you give me a punch in the snoot.
Harrigan, you go back where you belong. You're dead. I know you're dead. I saw you lying in your coffin.
Could I ask you to repeat that remark?
I said you're dead. Dead! You've been dead for 2 weeks.
Well, that accounts for the way I feel.
Harrigan. Harrigan.
What?
Harrigan, you're alive.
I am?
Oh,
yes.
Harrigan, you're the most beautiful stiff I ever saw. Oh, Harrigan, you're the lovely corpse. Where have you been?
Well, Michael, you see, it was a long, dry trip I had.
A dry trip, I'll
Give me a drink of that, will you? Now give me a drink.
Oh, Harrigan, tell me that beautiful story.
Yes, just a minute. Come in, darling. I was practically...
Mrs. Clark?
Oh, not quite yet.
Oh, I see. Is Mr. Clark here?
Well, he should be along any minute. Could I help you, Mr.
Carter, Miss Summers. Horace Carter of the Southern Illinois Bank.
Oh, yes, well...
I really haven't much time.
Oh, won't you come in, Mr. Carter?
Well, I hate to bother you with business at a time like this, but I'm sure Mr. Clark would like to know before leaving on his honeymoon.
Oh, no what?
Well, just that the board of directors has found everything satisfactory and will be happy to loan him the $20,000.
20,000?
Yes, for the nightclub. All he'll have to do it. You knew he was opening a nightclub, didn't you?
Well...
Oh, I hope I haven't spoiled a surprise.
Oh, no, I think it's wonderful. It's just that he didn't tell me. Won't you sit down, Mr. Carter?
Oh, thank you. Possibly he was waiting for our decision. I presume we were a little slow, but you know, a project of this type.
Well, if anyone can make a cafe go, it's Andy.
I'm sure of it. Here, let me help you.
No, that's all right, thank you.
However, I believe our board considered your reputation a little better security than Mr. Clark's, Miss Summers.
That's very nice, but why me?
Well, with you as the stellar attraction.
Oh, well, that's very flattering, but you see, I've already signed a contract with Mr. Hammerstein to go to New York and appear in his fall production.
And you wouldn't be appearing at the cafe?
No.
Oh, my. I'm sure the board didn't understand that. Mr. Clark led us to believe it was all settled.
He did?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, he called this morning to say that you and he were definitely going to be married and that you were canceling all other engagements.
Oh, he did, eh?
Oh, yes. Otherwise, the board would never have... He hasn't mentioned this to you?
No.
Well, in that case, the board... you see, the deal was based on... Oh, would you excuse me, Miss Summers? I must get back to the bank.
Yes, go right ahead.
I'm certainly grateful for this little talk.
Yes. So am I. Yes.
Hiya, sweetie. You all set for the wedding? Here's a little something for your hay fever, and here's a little something for us. Everything's all set. We leave at 4 o'clock, 2 days at the Falls, and we go up to St. Lawrence, to Montreal, and we'll be in New York on the 20th. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Oh, now, look, don't get so enthused about it. After all, it's just a honeymoon.
Andy, what were you planning to do after we get to New York, I mean?
Oh, I don't know. Something will pop up, I guess. Oh, you afraid I'd be a stage door, John?
How about the cafe you were going to open?
Oh, that was before you signed with Hammerstein. You see, I figured that you... How'd you know about that?
Was I going to sing in it?
Sure, but now that you're singing for Hammerstein, of
Are
course...
you sure I am?
Of course. Why shouldn't you?
Because Mr. Carter was just here and said I wasn't.
Mr. Carter? What was he trying to sell you, liver pills?
He was telling me you'd guaranteed my appearance to get his bank to lend you the money.
I guaranteed?
Yes, you'd guaranteed. What were you going to do, talk me into it in Niagara Falls or going up to St. Lawrence?
Look, I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I don't know this, Mr. Carter. Ruby, you don't believe this nonsense, do you?
What do you expect me to believe?
I expect you to believe I'm marrying you because I love you and no other reason.
That's a lot to ask with your record, isn't it?
No, this is all a pack of lies and I can prove it.
Go ahead, but it better be
All
good.
right. No, I don't think I will. Ruby, this is something that just proving isn't going to help. This is something that our whole future is based on. You don't think I'd pull a cheap trick like that on you, do you?
You haven't told me any different, Andy.
All right, I'll tell you now. It's a lie.
Is that all you're going to say?
What else is there to say? If you won't believe me, if you don't trust me, well, there's no point in going on any further. Look, I'll admit up until now my record hasn't been too good, but up until now I wasn't going to marry you. But someday, Ruby, you'll find out I'm not lying to you, and then it'll be too late. All right, Dimples. Stand up. I'm gonna smear that nose of yours all over your face. Of all the dirty tricks I've ever heard of it...
Must be some mistake, partner. I was figuring on changing the shape of your charming noggin.
What's the matter, brave boy? You still got your army with you.
Sure, remember? This is where you came in. It's just like poker, Andy. You've had a full house, queen high. But you've lost your queen, Sharpie.
And guess what I've got? The Joker.
Can't you let the man sleep? What's the matter with you? I don't... Andy, now where you big eye? Look all over for you. What's the matter? You turned away. You know...
Shall we consider our partnership dissolved, partner?
All right, Mike, you win. Pick up the marbles.
I already have. So long, Andrew. Take care of yourself, and I hope I never see you again sometime.
You won't. Take good care of Harrigan.
Sorry, Andy. I'm sorry.
It's all right, old-timer.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, Harrigan. You go back and get some sleep.
I'm tired.
If Andy don't get out of town, you help him.
Look, old boy, ever since we've been working in this New York Bowery joint, you've been moping. What do you say we take a night off?
Night off? Why?
Well, we could go uptown and see the show.
What show?
The one you've just been reading about.
Reading? Oh. It's a good idea, Eddie, but we couldn't possibly get seats.
Oh, yes, we could possibly get seats. All we have to do is just reach in here, and we have 2 beautiful seats right down in the second row.
Wilhelmina, she's the cutest little girl in Copenhagen. Wilhelmina, she has all the fellas crazy in a noggin. In Copenhagen, and the roses on her cheeks, and the music when she speaks.
Yeah?
And how sweet her kisses taste. Sugar cane-ish like my mama's Danish pastry. Wilhelmina, baby, soon we will elope in Copenhagen. Wilhelmina, we'll share everything, including my toboggan. In Copenhagen, all the other girls say
no.
But Wilhelmina, she says
nine.
All the boys call Wilhelmina Willie, but I call Wilhelmina mine.
I'm the saddest little girl in Copenhagen.
Wilhelmina!
All you boys have got me crazy in the noggin. In Copenhagen.
And the roses on her cheeks, and the music when she speaks.
And how sweet your kisses taste. Sugar cane-ish like my mama's Danish pastry.
Wilhelmina!
Maybe soon we will elope in Copenhagen.
Wilhelmina!
Yeah.
We'll share everything,
including your toboggan. In Copenhagen.
All the other girls say
now.
But Wilhelmina, she says
nine.
All the boys call Wilhelmina Willie, but I call Wilhelmina mine.
she's simply enchanting. I like her.
Yes. There's only one Ruby Summers. Her performance, magnificent. Wonderful. I'm going to write about her.
So talented and beautiful, too.
I thought so, too. I'm rather...
Hey, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Well, hello, Eddie. Hi, Andy.
Glad to see you.
Didn't know you were in town.
Oh, yes, we've got a little place.
Yeah, we were just passing through to see the show.
Oh, yes, we're just passing through.
Well, Ruby's got a great hit, huh? It's all Ruby's. Crazy about her, Andy.
Yeah. Anything new between you and Ruby?
Nothing definite, not yet. Well, we've been busy, a lot of detail work, you know, putting the show together and everything. By the way, Andy, you going back and say hello to Ruby backstage?
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought of it, but now that you ask.
I didn't ask.
Well, in that case, I think I will.
I thought you would. Excuse me.
Excuse me, Eddie.
Hiya, Frank.
They seem to like it, don't they, Mr. Stanley?
They sure do.
Who is it?
Me, honey.
Come in.
Hiya, beautiful. You should hear those people in the lobby, Ruby. They're raving. They love you, crazy about the show, and just think the second act is even better.
I'm glad, Mike, and it's all you're doing.
No, can't you see that we're a lucky combination? We belong together. This thing is perfect. Would you pardon us, please?
Surely, Mr. Stanley.
Thank you, Peggy. Gee, you smell good. Hey, Ruby. Look, honey, let's make it a permanent combination. Now, I haven't asked you since Chicago, and now everything is going great. Can't you see that we're meant to be together? Will you, honey?
I'm sorry, Uncle Mike.
Still a relative, huh?
There's no use kidding you or myself. I'm in love with a cheap, conniving skunk. But I wouldn't marry him if he came crawling on his hands and knees.
Gee, that's a tough spot, huh?
I can't help it. Guess I'm hoping someday the right guy will come along and kick him right out of my system.
And I'm not the right guy.
Sorry.
I guess you can't help that either. It's the skunk. You want to see him?
Sure, tell him to come in. A skunk can't really hurt you, just humiliate you.
Only when he's cornered. Well, you look wonderful, Ruby.
Thanks, you're looking pretty chippy yourself. How are you doing?
Oh, great. I got a big deal on in Atlantic City.
Yeah, he's just passing through.
I'm leaving tonight. I thought I'd drop by and tell you how much I enjoyed the show. The numbers are really great. I couldn't have done better myself.
Thanks, coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
It's just one skunk's opinion.
Hey, speaking of skunks, you remember that time we split up and you put that skunk in my sideshow?
Yeah, that show was so bad it took the customers 4 minutes to get wind of it.
The way you two double-cross each other and then laugh about it beats me.
Ah, Ruby, that's nothing. We pulled some buttes on one another. Hey, Andrew, how about the time we're doing that minstrel show in the Odd Fellas Hall and they had no dressing rooms, honey? So everybody's got a dress on the stage.
Yeah, and this one here pulled the curtains up and 4 of the ladies in the audience fainted.
Yeah, but the payoff is they all started to applaud, so he gets up and takes a bow.
Look, how about that time when the reformers wrecked your joint? I sent that phony insurance man over to see you.
Oh, that was a killer. Yeah, but Andy, I still say the best one of the bunch was the day that you and Ruby are going to be married. This is your wedding day, and I sent that phony bank manager, Mr. Carter, up to Ruby's apartment. So Carter goes up there, you remember?
Oh, yeah, Mike, that was really a trip.
Yeah, but the beautiful part of it is she believed it. She went for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Curly. But you're a little bit too late. Bye, Ruby.
5 minutes, Miss Summers, second act.
Yes, I'll be ready.
I bet you hate me now.
I call you ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know what you are. All joking aside, folks, I have a very special request at this time to sing a little ballad entitled, Baby, Won't You Say You Love Me? I hope you like it. High stroke, please.
Wonder if you care, wonder if you miss me. How am I to know unless you tell me? Baby, won't you say you love me? Till you do, I can't feel right. For baby, if you tell me that you love me, I promise not to ask again. That is until tomorrow night. Baby, I need you beside me. Part of everything I do.
I'll never understand what she sees in a mug like him. But she could have had a mug like me.
And love me even